Hello, everyone. We are going to talk about your portfolio assignment. This is your last assignment for the semester. It's the big one that shows off what you've done for the class. And I want to go over this assignment with you to make sure that we're all on the same page and you know what the expectations are. So here we are, we're under content. Under syllabus and schedule, we have the major assignments. If you go down, you will find the final portfolio. Now note, our week 15, our last week of the class, starts December 1st and then goes through December 8th. So this is Monday to Monday. So the class doesn't start on a Sunday, end on a Sunday. It ends on that following Monday at 11:59, and you have until then to turn in your work. And it's important that you turn it in by the time we hit midnight on December 8th. The reason is because after that there's no more class, and it's a very short turnaround for me to get my grades in. So do not be late with this assignment. It would be bad for your grade, and it would be bad to give me time to actually look at your work. Okay? So this assignment, the portfolio assignment, is made up of two major factors. The first one is the cover letter, and then the second one is the actual work that you are turning in, your revised creative work. Let's talk about the cover letter. So this is 2 pages, 600 words. And the purpose of this is for you to give me your reasoning for why you made the changes you did. You're turning in revised work. So the work that I saw originally for workshop is now going to be different. What did you change? And then how did you change it? And why did you change it? How did you make the work better? And that's really what I want you to discuss in this, is your revision process. What did you change and why did you change it? How did that make your work better? How did that help you, help your work achieve its goal, the goal that you had for that work? How does it get there better than it did before? So you're going to talk about that for 2 pages, 600 words. So this is not a throwaway thing. You want to spend some time and actually detail what you were thinking. This is your chance to explain to me what you changed and why you changed it, because I'll be looking at your revised work and I'll remember the original piece, but I'm not going to know why you changed it. And if you made some smaller changes, I might not remember word for word what you had in the original. So it's good for you to explain yourself. Okay, then we have the second part, and this is the bigger section. This is 6+ pages. You can go up and over 6 if you want. And it is your best work that we workshopped over the course of the semester. So between your 2 workshops, you turned in about 12 pages of writing. You're going to be turning in 6 pages for your final portfolio. And so you have feedback on that writing. We've done some revision exercises, and I'm hoping that you continue over this last week to make more changes to it, to continue to revise and sharpen and hone what you want these pieces to be. And so things that might change, the length of the piece may change. A 1-page piece might become a 10-page piece, and vice versa. So understand that as you're making these changes, things will be shifting in terms of the length, but ultimately you want to have 6+ pages. Okay, you can turn in as many works as you want, just like for your workshop writing. You can turn in fiction or poetry, does not matter. The writing should be revised. This means you're not turning in new work. And unfortunately, that means you're not turning in any creative nonfiction because we won't have sent that through a workshop process. So this should be work that you workshopped and now are continuing to polish. And all work should be complete, no excerpts. That's the same. That's been the same for all the workshops, and everyone's doing a great job with that. Okay, then we have all the details. Largely, this is the same as your workshop writing. So you're going to turn in a file, one of those types, 12-point font in one of those fonts, and make sure that you label the different sections so I know what I'm looking at. Cover letter, creative work. Poetry should be single-spaced or in the proper form to that work. Prose, fiction and nonfiction, generally speaking, we double-space it. Poetry should be single-spaced unless you have a reason why it is double-spaced. And if you have a reason, where's a good place to tell me? It's in your cover letter. This piece is formatted like this for these reasons. And if you explain yourself, I'll be like, okay. And if you say, I double-spaced it because I wanted to get to page 6 faster, that's not going to fly as well. Okay, we want to put an end separating the poems and kind of stack them on top of each other so we don't have huge gaps between the poetry. Otherwise, people will turn in 6 poems, poem per page, and be like, I'm done, I did it. No, instead, like one poem ends, we put end, and then we have the title of the second poem, and then we begin it. So we keep everything nice and condensed, just like in workshop. Okay, couple things to note. So we're looking at 8 pages. And if your portfolio is shorter than those 8 pages, it will be docked by that amount. So if you turn in 4 pages, you will get a maximum grade of 50% because you turned in 50% of the writing. Okay. Also, there is a rubric that I use to grade these, and you can check it out. It's pretty simple. We're not going to go over the entire thing, but the cover letter, how detailed is it? How thoughtful is it? How clear is it? All the way down to you didn't turn in a cover letter, or it's often unclear. Okay. We also then have the revision aspect of it. Revision is abundant. You made radical changes to your work. This means, what does radical mean, right? Maybe you changed the point of view. Maybe you changed the ending. Maybe you make a different character the main character. And in poetry, maybe you changed the rhyme scheme or took out a strophe, changed the ending again, changed the beginning, made it half as long, made it twice as long. All of these things are radical changes. Okay, and then as changes become less and less, your grade goes down until we get to where I can't tell if you made any changes. Okay, so that's where we still want to make big changes to these pieces. And I will note that these radical changes are being compared to what you turned in for workshop originally. And then any revision that you've done along the way is revision that makes it radical, right? Now, some people say, well, I don't want to change the work. It was perfect when I turned it in. To which I say, well, if your work was perfect, why did we comment on it and act like you were going to make changes? So I urge you to keep an open mind as you're looking at your work and to try things. If you try something and you make big changes and you ruin the piece, turn that in. That's great. Then delete that file on your computer and go back to what you had. Okay? Just treat it as an exercise, treat it as a hoop to jump through the class, for the class if you need to. But the idea behind it is that you are improving your writing. And then we have the one in the middle. This is technical cleanliness. This is grammar, punctuation, spelling. And the fewer mistakes that you have in your writing, the better. The more likely it is to be published in Plains Paradox, which is the other end of semester assignment. We'll talk about that. But just so you know, when you send work out to get it published, the cleaner it is, the more of a chance it has of being published. If it's full of typos and grammar mistakes, there's less of a chance of it being picked up. And we have a couple of options for helping clean up your writing. One is there are a bunch of AI assistants, Grammarly, stuff like that, that can help you out through this process. We don't want it to rewrite our writing, but it can certainly point out where we have a comma in the wrong place. The other thing is Front Range Community College has a writing center. All 3 campuses have in-person writing centers if you want to go to them. They also have online writing centers where you can mail your work in, email your work in, and after a couple days, someone will get back to you and they can help you look at the technical side of your writing. So those are ways of helping make sure that you are getting all the support that you need as you are looking at the technical side of things, because this is not a grammar class. We haven't gone over these things, but we still want to make sure that we are making our writing as clean as possible. If you want to know where the writing center is, it's under here, under resources, and then you scroll down, online writing lab, and this will take you right to the homepage where you can find all the information here. Okay. And that's it. That's it for this assignment. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And otherwise, happy revision.